Howdy, my name's Eric Fish. Welcome to ENGL 0870, section IF1. It's a developmental writing course designed for certificate-seeking students. Uh, when you registered, you might have been put into a section called AIS. That's been changed to IF1. It has it has no effect on your end. It only has something to do with what's going on my end, and it's just not going to affect the class in any way whatsoever, really. Um, so if you're a little confused there, that's kind of what happened. They had to change it to IF1 for particular reasons. Um, we're going to be in D2L. This is an internet class. D2L is short for Desire to Learn. Uh, D2L is going to be where the assignments are, where you're going to submit things, where your grades are going to be. And I'll show you that here in a second. I'm a full-time faculty member. I have an office on the main campus. Y'all may or may not be interested in coming, but if you're having a problem and you want to talk to me, uh, email me. We'll set up a time and a place to meet. I'm in Kingsport quite often too, so if you're at the RCAM, we might be able to arrange a time and place to meet over there or over the KG or somewhere a little bit closer. I'll post my office hours when I know what they are. Still a little early for that. I'm going to go over the syllabus. I'm not going to read this word for word to you. You're going to do a syllabus quiz. We're going to read through the policies. So you don't need me to do a 1 hour video reading, word for word. There's a document. But it's a writing class. We're going to start with the paragraph level, then move up to short essays, then finish with a research essay. Not a full blown, 50 sources kind of essay, but fairly short research essay, hopefully about a topic you care about. It's going to be a medical topic about someone you know, and you're going to put research about that medical topic in there. So, if you have a phobia about research papers, which is pretty normal, please don't get too anxious about that. We'll get through it pretty easily, or not easily, but we'll get through it. There is a textbook. It's the grammar workbook. A lot of this information is on the internet. Grammar hasn't changed much in 50 years. But this is a very nice workbook. So if I'm writing like comma splice, comma splice, comma splice on your writing, and the workbook does a good job of saying, well, here's what he's talking about. Here's what a comma splice is. Here's how you correct it. And here's some exercises with the answers in the back of the book to practice on these a little bit. I know it's an internet class. I probably won't know if you buy it or not, to be honest. But um, it's a good book to have, actually. Uh, Thumb drive, you need a way to back up your work. If you're on Google Docs, it might be as simple as just downloading it to your computer from Google Docs. If you're using a desktop or something, you might want to put it on a thumb drive, a USB drive. You always want a second copy somewhere. If you accidentally leave your Google Docs open to go get a Coke and your kid gets on your computer and deletes your essay, you're out of luck. It's gone. So make sure you have that backup, especially when you're closing in on the final product. Don't be the student who loses it and emails me and go like, "What should I do?" I'm like, "Start typing up." There's no magic solution there, right? For the grading, I'm going to go to page 8. There's a good breakdown there. You can see the syllabus also has a class schedule there. We'll come back to that in a second. But the grading sheet, you can keep track of the grades as I send graded material back to you. You can kind of see you get points for the draft, points for the final version of the writing, and points for revising it, revising the graded writing and putting it into an e-portfolio. And we'll probably use the D2L e-portfolio. I've used LinkedIn in the past. My students have kind of said, it makes me a little nervous because, my boss might have access to that and might think I'm looking for a job when I'm not, which can be kind of awkward. So we'll probably do it in the D2L e-portfolio. All your stuff will be in one place, so if you need to access it in the future, you can still do that. But we're going to start with a descriptive paragraph, move on to a self-regulated learner essay, which is just an essay about how to be a good student. Many of the components of being a good student also translate into being good in the workplace, right? And that's what that project's going to kind of get into a little bit. Then we're going to get into the career essay. You're going to research, what it takes to get to your certificate, and then you're going to research the job you're going to get with that certificate there. We're also going to do a resume, an introduction, and a professional image kind of thing in the e-portfolio, an academic plan, and of course the essay. And kind of an interesting project. Make sure you got a good plan and you're on track, and ready to go. Some of you may be ready to graduate, may have put this off to the very end. So it's kind of nice to kind of look to see what you've done and where you're headed there. Last one will be the research essay, the medical essay. Again, you're going to take the experience of someone with a disease or a medical condition. Doesn't have to be life or death. Tell that person's story and put some research into it to make sure it's accurate and informative. Some points for the journals. They're going to be pre-writing exercises with each essay, and it's also kind of counts as the final exam there. And we'll do some exercises along the way as well. Add them all up, you get 1,000 points for the course. 90% is an A, 80% is a B, 70% is a C, and nobody's going to get below that, right? We want everybody passing this class. A couple of policies to go over. Again, I'm not going to read them all to you. You can read faster than I can talk, probably. But a big one, if you have a problem, you got to let me know as soon as possible. If you don't tell me the problem, I can't help you, right? So if you can't find something in D2L, or if I'm saying go to this link and do this, and you're like, I don't see the link, email me, say, I don't see the link. One, it might be just right there and you're just not quite seeing it. Two, I may have forgotten to put it up there, or I might have forgotten to release it. D2L requires me to click a release button sometimes with some assignments. If I don't do that, then students can't see it, but I don't really know that unless I'm actually looking right at a particular place. So it may not be you. So if you have a problem in the course, you can't find something, or if you don't understand something, let me know. It's my job to clarify things until you understand it. If you're having a personal issue, I don't need to know the details of your life, but kind of let me know you're still in the class. If you just disappear for 2, 3, 4 weeks, it starts to be a big problem. It gets hard to catch up. We've kind of moved on without you. So try to make sure you let me know what's going on. Again, I don't need to know personal details. But again, particularly if it's a problem with the course or you don't understand something or you can't find something, you want to email me as soon as possible. You don't want to be at home staring at your screen going, I don't see it. Email me and I'll try and help you. Saving your work we covered. Also, don't delete anything out of D2L when I send it back to you. There's no reason to ever delete your graded work from D2L, either in the email function or in the Dropbox function. Just don't do that. There's plenty of storage space in D2L. Just don't. Assignments are going to be due by midnight on a given Tuesday or Friday. I'm not actually up at midnight. So as long as it's there Wednesday morning or Saturday morning when I go to download things out of the Dropbox, I'm happy. So if you work late or you're a night hawk and you're turning things in at 2, 3, 4 in the morning, that's absolutely fine. You don't even have to email me to ask. Just as long as it's in there, like I said, that Wednesday morning or Saturday morning when I go to download everything. Midnight's just a good kind of standard time we're starting to use with internet courses, so students know what stuff's due. The rest of this, hopefully pretty explanatory. Try and make sure you put your name at the end of emails. All I get when somebody sends an email is their username, and if you're Jr. J Smith 459 in the system, I may not know who you are or which class you're in. So just make sure you give me your name and class at the end of the email. It actually tags the class number. I do need your name though. I'm not going to grade your emails. Don't worry about that too much. Just make sure you ask the question you mean to ask. Don't drop hints. Don't say, "Wow, this essay is hard," because I'll just respond, "Yes, some students find this essay to be difficult." You're going to be like, "Well, that didn't help," and I'll be like, "Well, you didn't ask a question." So make sure you're as precise as you can be about what I need to do to help you. Rest of this, no instructor can drop you from a class if you just quit attending or quit participating in an internet class. I just keep writing zeros, and at the end you fail the course, right? So if you want to drop, make sure you fill out the paperwork. I hope you don't, but things do happen. Make sure you check out what happens to your financial aid or your scholarships when you drop a class. If you're on Tennessee Promise and drop below full time, you lose Tennessee Promise forever, and forever is a long time. So watch out for that. There's no cancellation for snow because we're on the internet. If we do have something like the ice storm of the century and power goes down, we'll have to deal with that if that happens. But make sure you're keeping up with class. Just because it snows and your kid's out of school doesn't mean you are, right? Honor code, Don't cut and paste stuff off the internet. Present and make it your own. That's a good way to fail the course. The rest of this is pretty straightforward. Some of it's going to be silly. We're not meeting as a class, so we don't really need that there, to be honest. I'm required to keep it in there. If we get to page 6, you see the schedule. When something says due, it's due on that day. So the introduction paragraph exercise and the syllabus quiz are both due on Friday, the 24th. For Tuesday, all you do is watch the videos, particularly this one. Video 2 just shows you how to do the syllabus quiz. Video 3 shows you how to do the introduction paragraph. And I didn't label every possible YouTube video I might post. Sometimes when a student says, I don't really know how to do this, then I'll do a quick YouTube video, and because the odds are other people are having the same kind of concerns. Part of the problem with the internet classes, sometimes you feel like you're the only person in it, because you're kind of looking at your computer screen, kind of going like, I don't know. Don't be shy about letting me know what you need. That's my job to help you get to the end of the course, right? So, like it says here, journals 1 and 2 will be due on the 28th. So you can kind of see how that's working. You can kind of see we're going to be working through 4 writing assignments. We're going to start with the descriptive paragraph, then move on to the self-regulated learner essay. That's just how to be a good student, and also how the components of being a good student are also the components to being an effective employee. We'll start working on the e-portfolio, kind of a professional place where you're going to have your resume, a professional image, an introductory paragraph to a potential employer, and your academic plan. And also, once you get a graded writing back, you're going to revise that graded writing one more time and put that in the e-portfolio. So hopefully at the end of the semester, you can look at all the work you've done throughout the semester and kind of think it's kind of cool. We're all going to try and have a nice spring break with nothing due. After spring break, we'll work on that career essay. And then after that, we'll work on that medical essay, introduce you to MLA formatting. Again, it's going to be a little bit of research in there, but please don't stress about that. I'm here to help you get you through that. You kind of want to be introduced to MLA formatting. It doesn't mean you're going to be perfect at the end, but again, when you're done with this class, you're capable of going straight into college level writing if you want to Comp 1, and if you want to do that, you want to make sure you're prepared for that. And also kind of has my name on there too, so I want to make sure you're prepared for it if you choose to go in that direction. I guess that's about it for the syllabus. Again, you're going to do a syllabus quiz, so you're going to read through some of these policies and let me know if you have any questions about them. I want to go through D2L a little bit. This is the home page for the course. When you first get into D2L, you'll see all your courses listed. Eventually, depending on how fast your internet is. Make sure you're on our course, ENGL 0870. And I'm going to get in here as a student. Most of the material is going to be on the content page. Generally, I'll put reminders up here about what's coming due for the week. So make sure you're paying attention to that. One of my struggles is making sure I keep that up to date. But you already have the class schedule there. The syllabus is here on the content page. If you kind of get to this and you're like, I don't see anything, or I don't see the course documents, you might be stuck under essay projects or whatever. Make sure you go up to table of contents, and you can scroll on down and you'll see the course documents. There's this addendum and schedule. There's the syllabus quiz. There's the formatting exercise. Below that, you'll see the essay projects. I might have to edit some of those, particularly the career essay, but well, no, never mind. But they'll be up there. The journal entries are right here. So like with this one for journals 1 and 2, you'll click on that. Journals are generally going to get us ready for the writing. The first 2 are kind of getting us ready for the course. I want you to talk about where you write and what your experience have been in the past. Number 2, kind of want you to talk about your talents, whether you think they're God-given or just part of the genetic lottery or whatever. Kind of talk, just kind of know what you think your talents are. Surprising how many certificate students are actually pretty good writers. and enjoy writing. Doesn't mean you do, but it's not unusual. Then we'll get into self-regulated learning and do a couple there. But every assignment's going to have 2 journal entries. These are, get to 125 words as fast as possible. One, it's designed to kind of get you just writing without having to worry about it too much. A lot of people stress and so much they can't even get started. And the journals are kind of like, just go as fast as you can. Read the prompt, tell me what you're thinking about it, show me you read it, and get to 125 words as fast as possible. Some people need work with their keyboarding skills. That's a good chance to just kind of go. What you write has to make sense, but it's not going to doesn't have to be perfect in terms of grammar, sentence structure. Like I said, all this stuff's going to be on the content page. All the assignments. YouTube videos will be up here as well. Obviously, we're missing number 1 because I'm doing it as right now. But when you go to do the syllabus, there's a short video on the syllabus quiz, probably under 5 minutes. Then there's one if you're using Microsoft Word, how to create documents and upload them in D2L. Or if you're using Google Docs, there's how to do it with Video 3B. Then you're going to see some help material, particularly as we get into some of the longer essays. You're going to see help there. And I'm going to keep building that as we go through the course. So all the assignments, the syllabus and all that's going to be on the content page. You're going to be submitting material in the assignments area. I'll quite often call that the Dropbox. And you want to make sure you're submitting things in the correct Dropbox. And again, the syllabus quiz and the introduction paragraph show you how to do this. The class list, if you need to email me, the easiest way is just go to class list and click on my name, and the email function should pop right up. Be careful if you do something like this. This is how I email everybody. I click on everybody and hit email. If you do that, you're about to email the whole class. So make sure you're checking the send area to see who you're sending that email before you click send there. Again, hopefully not tell me anything overly personal, but you may not want the whole class to know your business. What else? The grades are going to be up here. As we start completing assignments and I grade them, I should be posting that in the grade book, and you should see that right here in the grade book. If something looks incorrect, be sure to let me know. Let's get out of student view real quick. Because here's what the grades look like to me. Pops it up. It's a bunch of boxes going all the way across the page. It's very easy for me to put the wrong grade in a box or just to make a mistake. But this is the official gradebook for the course. If there's a mistake here, I download this into Excel and turn it in for the final grades for the course. So if something's wrong here, something's going to be wrong with your grade, and we don't want that. But some things like James and James and James, quite a few Jameses there. Be easy for me to enter a grade or something. So if something looks wrong, don't hesitate. Just say, hey, what you sent back said I had a 45 out of 50 on the descriptive paragraph, but the grade says a 37 out of 50. Probably my mistake, and I need to fix that, right? We're not going to do discussions in here unless there's just some big groundswell of big demand for it from you all. Generally, it's a writing class. You're looking for my feedback more than palling around with people. But it's kind of up to you all. That's kind of all we're going to be using in D2L. That'll be enough. It'll keep us busy. When I return stuff, it'll probably be through email. To check your email, make sure you're out of the class. Go to D2L, the D2L homepage up here that lists all your classes, and then click on the email, and you'll see all the emails from all your instructors or anybody else there. If you just do it within our class, it may not show the emails I'm sending you. D2L is a little wonky in that regard. That's about it. Again, if you're having trouble finding stuff, let me know. I'll try and help you. But hopefully we're going to look forward to a good, successful semester here. Oops, going to the wrong place. If you have any questions, be sure to let me know. But we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.